Hello, friends. I am coming to you with an important update this Sunday because for millions of seniors, retirees, SSDI recipients, and families living on fixed incomes, funds are indeed beginning to arrive in bank accounts. I understand that many of you woke up this morning and immediately checked your balance, refreshed your banking application, and wondered if your Social Security deposit was supposed to arrive today. You may have heard that a neighbor received their payment while yours has not appeared, leading to questions about whether this is real or simply an early posting by your bank. The goal here is to clear all of that confusion. Let me explain precisely who is receiving a payment today, why some deposits arrive on a Sunday, who might see a transaction listed as pending, and what it genuinely means if your account shows no activity yet. We will do this without panic, without rumors, and without any misinformation. As always, considerable time has been spent reviewing official guidance from the Social Security Administration, Treasury Department deposit rules, and bank settlement schedules so that you do not have to. Everything will be broken down into plain English, step by step. This information is for Social Security retirees, SSDI recipients, SSI households, low-income seniors, veterans and surviving spouses, single parents, and caregivers. If you are living on a fixed or limited income, you are in the right place. Before we continue, it is crucial to understand that payment schedules, deposit timing, and benefit rules can change quickly. Staying informed the moment something shifts, not days later, is essential. Now, let us begin, because I know there is understandable confusion and stress. Let me explain why this Sunday actually matters. On paper, the Social Security Administration does not list Sundays as official payment dates. So why are people reporting deposits? Over the past day, messages have been filled with notes from individuals saying their SSDI just arrived, their bank shows a Social Security payment as pending, or a relative was paid while they were not, asking if something is wrong. I want to state this clearly and calmly. Nothing is necessarily wrong just because you have not seen a deposit yet. What is happening today is not due to a new law, a stimulus bill, or a surprise bonus. This is entirely about how the Treasury releases funds and how banks choose to process deposits early, particularly when an official payment date is imminent. This is where the confusion often starts. Social Security payments are authorized by the Social Security Administration, but the actual money is sent out by the United States Treasury. Once the Treasury dispatches those funds, individual banks and financial institutions decide when to post them to customer accounts. Some banks post the money immediately, some show a pending deposit, some release funds early as a courtesy, and others wait strictly until the official payment date. This is why two people receiving the exact same benefit can see their money on different days. When a scheduled payment date falls near a weekend, as it does now, banks that offer early deposits often process transactions more quickly. Let me be very clear about what this is not, because rumors do spread. This is not a special Sunday payment created by the Social Security Administration. This is not a bonus or an extra check. This is not something everyone will see today. This is normal early deposit behavior tied to upcoming official payment dates from the administration. It is happening for millions, but not for everyone. I understand this situation causes anxiety, especially when rent, food, utilities, and medication depend on this income. That fear is entirely real. That is exactly why I want to slow down and explain the mechanics of what is occurring. Now let us discuss the actual payment structure, because this is where clarity is most important. Who is most likely to see a deposit on a Sunday like today? If you are in one of the following groups, you may see a posted deposit, a pending transaction, or an early notification from your financial institution. The first group includes SSDI and Social Security recipients whose birthdays fall between the 1st and the 10th of the month. Your official Social Security payment date is the second Wednesday of each month. When that Wednesday is only a few days away, many banks release the funds early. This can sometimes happen on a Friday, sometimes on a Saturday, and yes, sometimes on a Sunday. The second group consists of customers with banks known for early release. Institutions that often provide early access to funds do not wait for the exact payment date if the Treasury has already sent the money. The third group includes Social Security recipients who began receiving benefits before May of 1997. Your payment schedule is different, often arriving earlier in the month. Depending on how weekends fall, banks may adjust the posting times for these payments as well. If you do not see a deposit yet, and you fall into one of these other categories, that is perfectly okay. Do not panic. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th of the month, your official payment date is the third Wednesday. If your birthday is between the 21st and the 31st, your payment date is the fourth Wednesday. Supplemental Security income recipients also have a payment date later this week. If you use a traditional bank or credit union that only posts on the exact official date, not seeing money today does not mean your payment was skipped, that you were cut off, or that the Social Security Administration made a mistake. It simply means your bank has not posted it yet. Remember, the administration considers a payment to be on time even if it posts late in the day on the scheduled date. Another very important reason deposits may look different is due to deductions. Your Social Security or SSDI amount may be reduced by Medicare Part B premiums, adjusted for Part D plans, affected by overpayment recovery, or changed due to tax withholding. So if you are comparing your deposit to last month's and thinking it looks smaller, that does not automatically mean something is wrong. It often means a standard deduction has been applied. Let me explain what today does and does not mean, because this is where a lot of misinformation spreads online. If you received a payment today, that does not mean everyone will. If you did not receive a payment today, that does not mean you will not. If your deposit is listed as pending, that means the money has been authorized and is on its way. If nothing shows yet, you are still well within the normal window. I know how difficult it is to wait, especially when bills, groceries, and prescriptions do not wait. But at this moment, this is still within the range of normal timing. This next part is where I want you to slow down and listen carefully, because I know anxiety can peak here. If you checked your bank account today and nothing is there, here is exactly what you need to do, and just as importantly, what not to do. The first step is to wait a full 3 business days. Social Security officially considers a payment late only after 3 full business days have passed from your scheduled payment date. Weekends do not count. Federal holidays do not count. So if your payment date is this coming Wednesday, then Thursday would be day 1, Friday would be day 2, and the following Monday would be day 3. Only after that third business day would the Social Security Administration treat it as a missing payment. I know that is hard to hear when you are counting every single dollar, but calling too early usually leads to frustration, long hold times, and no concrete answers. The second step is to check with your bank first, before calling the Social Security Administration. Always contact your bank initially. Ask them if there is a pending automated clearinghouse deposit, if anything has been rejected or delayed, or if there have been any changes to your account or routing numbers. Many banks can see deposits before they post to your visible balance, even if you cannot. The third step is to watch for overpayment holds. One of the most common reasons for a reduced or missing payment is the recovery of an overpayment. The Social Security Administration can withhold part, or sometimes all, of a payment if they believe you were overpaid, if your income changed, if your household situation changed, or if a previous notice was sent, but perhaps missed. This is painful, and I know it feels unfair, but it happens more often than people realize. If this is the case, you do have appeal rights, including the option to request a hardship waiver. The fourth step is knowing when to call the Social Security Administration. Only if the payment is still missing after those 3 business days should you call their national number. If you need to call, try to do so early in the morning if you can. Be patient, have your Social Security number, and other information ready, and remember that the person on the other end of the line did not cause the delay. A kind and calm approach is always best. Now, I want to talk honestly with you, not with sensational headlines or rumors, but about real life. Inflation continues to impact people deeply. Rent is up. Groceries are expensive. Utilities cost more. Prescription prices keep climbing. For seniors, SSDI recipients, and people on fixed incomes, you feel this first, and you feel it the hardest. I hear from people every day who share that they skip meals, that they choose between medication and heating their home, that their check is gone before the month even properly begins. I am not trying to be negative. I am trying to be real, because pretending everything is fine does not pay the bills. If you are feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or scared right now, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not failing. You are not alone. Millions of people are in the same difficult situation. This system is complicated, slow, and often feels unfair. But your struggle is real, and it matters. Here is a clear and practical checklist you can follow, without guessing or rushing. First, check your official Social Security account online. Log in and verify your official payment date, confirm your direct deposit information is correct, and look for any notices or messages in your inbox. Second, double-check your bank details. Ensure your account number and routing number have not changed without your knowledge. Third, consider applying for additional help. This is very important, as many people qualify for programs but never apply. These can include the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program for food assistance, the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program for heating and cooling help, Medicare savings programs to help with premiums, and state-specific property tax or rent relief programs. A good place to start is the official benefits website, which is legitimate and free to use. Fourth, protect yourself from scams. Remember that the Social Security Administration will never threaten you with arrest. The Internal Revenue Service will never call you demanding immediate payment. No legitimate government agency will ever ask for payment via gift cards or cryptocurrency. If something feels off, stop and verify. Fifth, budget carefully. Do not spend money you have not actually received yet. Prioritize essential expenses and consider delaying any non-urgent purchases. Keeping a small buffer is ideal, though I know that is often easier said than done. Caution is particularly important right now. Now, the big question that always comes up: will things improve? Here is an honest answer. Some relief is possible, but nothing is guaranteed. What happens next depends on decisions in Congress, on economic data, on inflation trends, on federal budget decisions, on court rulings, and on political pressure. There are always discussions and proposals, but until something is signed into law and fully funded, it is not final. I can promise you this: the moment something substantive changes, the moment deposit schedules shift, the moment new assistance becomes a reality, I will be here to explain it clearly, calmly, and honestly. As we wrap this up, I want you to hear this from the heart. I see you. I hear you. Your struggle is real. Please do not give up. If this information helped bring you even a little clarity, consider passing it along to someone else who might need it right now. Remember, the goal is to provide reliable information so you can navigate these systems with a bit more confidence and a little less worry. Take good care of yourselves, and remember, you have got this.